Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning, I have a review for you guys of the IntelliVision original library game, Dracula, as part of our Retrotober special, of course. Now, the game was developed by Alan Smith for Imagic and published in 1983, and it's widely considered one of the better looking and more interesting games for the IntelliVision, or for the era for that matter. Again, it's unique in that you get to play as Dracula, a character traditionally seen as a villain. Though he may not see himself that way. You could have said the same thing for the ColecoVision homebrew game Children of the Night, even though I forgot to mention it that way. But anyway, that's one of the fun things about these games is you get to play... You are playing the protagonist, but at the same time the protagonist would usually be seen as the evil bad guy, the villain. Anyway, no reason to get too far behind on it. I have a not quite CIB, but nearly complete in-box copy. How do you say, I'm missing one controller overlay while it came with one, so close. Here's my box. It's pretty nice if you take a look at it real good. Nice artwork, looks like Nosferatu in a bat along with Dracula himself. Then on the back we get a little bit of what the gameplay is supposed to be about. Stupid glare. Can be especially bad considering these silver packaging type of boxes. Though I do like that about Imagic's particular boxes and artwork. Here is the cartridge itself. Pretty much the same. And of course it has this little piece here which makes it easier to get in and out, one of those things some of the companies had going to help, pull out much more easily than some others. A little bit of a pull tab, I guess you could call it. And here, of course, is the manual. See, we have the basic front, stop with the glare. And it first gives you a little bit of the intro story over here, and then takes you through your objectives here. And then takes you through the game versions and skill levels. And then tells you about getting started with the gameplay over here. Tells you about how to find victims and take a bite. And tells you about constables and zombies over here. And then takes you through the various things like the vampire bat, which you can change into, the vulture, the wolf, about the blood supply for Dracula, and the race against time, scoring, and then tells you what to do if you would have back then need replacement keypad covers, or overlays, I guess. And a 2-year limit warranty, and then there's the back, which is, this is kind of cool, but other than that, it's pretty plain. Anyway, not sure exactly how long this one is going to run for. I'm going to try to take us through what I can. And show you guys as much as I can of the gameplay, so don't want to drag this out for too much longer than I have to, so I'm going to go ahead and get us set up with my IntelliVision 3, and we're going to take a look at the gameplay. Okay, so here we go. It says 82, but I know it was released 83, so whatever. Anyhow, press 1 for a one-player game. Press 2 for easy mode. And then press 8 to start. Pretty simply, just move Dracula around, and the upper right buttons, side buttons are for turning into a bat. Well, there you go. There's the bite, which is the lower left button. On this one, I have to get 3 victims. Bite's kind of like a Pac-Man frog-looking thing, I guess, huh? But I guess Mattel had to come up with some way to get them to get it to appear as though Dracula is actually biting in a way that would tell you that he is. You know, it had to be obvious that he is doing it. I guess they must have seen me bite someone, which they won't come out if they have. Oh, that right there, that little red thing on the right is your blood meter. In blue is the time. Green is the number of victims I have left to get. I believe 100 is the amount of points I've racked up already. These idiots will... You'll be frozen for a second, but these idiots will run right out after they enter the door. Kind of goes along with the idea that Dracula can't just, Vampire lore, vampire has to be invited into one's home. They're not just going to be able to, enter uninvited. Uh-oh, Vulture. That guy will carry you away off screen, and that will be your game over. And I'm back for the night in my coffin. Okay, round 2. Let me see. How many do I have to get tonight? 4, okay. Can do that. The only thing I'd say, I mean, the graphics, sprites, and everything here look real nice, but the only thing I'd say is, and pixels, but the only thing I'd say might be a bit of a improvement would be if they're, Dracula and the other characters' faces seem to be pretty blank. I mean, don't see any eyes or noses or other features. I mean, it's not a horrible look, it's just, very, very minimalistic, even though it does look good in general. Oh, and by the way, to get the bite done right, you have to go for the back of the neck. Why it couldn't be the side or the front of the throat, I don't know. I don't care. But the back of the neck is your basic guarantee for getting them. Yep, this one didn't see me bite anyone, so he was silly enough to answer the door. There we go. Need one more. What time is it? 3:02, so I still have enough time. Again, and I think that's the same house, isn't it? Or maybe not, I don't know. There we go. There's the wolf to try to get me. The white wolf's bite will cause Dracula to slow down by a bit. Okay, and we're on night 3 now, which is the first night where you get constables throwing stakes at you. There's a good way to deal with them, though. The other bite that you have will turn your victim temporarily into a zombie. You can also bite the constable's neck, which will temporarily freeze him, but not your best solution. Now what you want to do is put your hands on a victim with the special bite, which will turn them temporarily into a zombie. Which is not always easy to do. You have to run them down. Same way you do with a regular bite. But it can be a bit tricky. Okay, there we go. Now you control Dracula with your left hand controller, and the right one you control the zombie with. And once you touch the constable with him, he disappears for 75 points. And once the zombie disappears, you get 50 more points. So that's 125 points in one shot. Now, of course, the bastard constable happens to be a pain in the neck to deal with anyway. I don't have time to deal with him all night, so for regular victimization here where I can. It's kind of cool that getting a constable with a zombie can be get you an extra 125 points at a time. Well, at the same time, I have victims to get and don't have enough time to mess around with these constables all night. So, what time is it? 3:17. So I don't have time to waste on the constable zombie mash here. And I still need 2 victims to go. Of course, whether you get enough victims or not doesn't really matter. You will, so long as you are back in your grave or your coffin by sunrise or before, you're going to be fine. Of course, if you haven't gotten enough victims yet, you can't get back in there till about 5 a.m. And I have enough victims now, so goodbye, constable. Die, vulture. You're not going to get me today. And of course, on night 4, you don't get any constable this time, but I have to do tonight 6 of them. Yep. There's 1. Two. 4. No, he saw it happen, so he's not going to answer. Darn, missed. So you need 1 more. Ha! Got 1. I want to bite your neck. And yet Dracula looks like he wants to rip your neck out in this one. Yeah, well. Go away, silly wolf. I don't have time for you tonight. Darn. The bat got me. I mean, the vulture, buzzard, whatever. Couldn't get Dracula to change back in time. Oh well. Had some fun anyway. And I think you guys pretty well get the idea with the gameplay by this point. Okay. So, kind of stinks I got beaten that way, but it's just the way the old dice fall in the games like this on occasion. Can't win them all easy. Get back in there, you silly controller. There we go. Okay, so that was Dracula, a 1983 game by Magic. And, well, for the IntelliVision home video game console line. I did almost forget to show you guys what the controller overlays look like. You might have seen them in the manual, but here's them generally. First row is for selecting your gameplay, which is one player, two players alternating, or two players at the same time, which would be cooperative. Second is for easy, medium, or hard in regards to the game difficulty. And right here in between the fences, I believe 8 is start. And you change form between Dracula and a bat with the top side buttons. The bottom left one will cause a regular bite. And the zombie bite is the bottom right one. So, and of course you just use the disc to move in. Not terribly complicated. Anyway, it's a very good game. I recommend that you guys find a copy, or if you can emulate it somehow, do it. It's great. And sometimes you have to just love being a bad guy. As a video game character, of course. Now, my preferred YouTubers: High Retro Game Lord, Phil with his channel The No Swear Gamer, The Dot Eaters, Brian Puddin with his channel Brian's Man Cave, one of my favorites, Robert Warden, I think it is, Warden, I'm not sure how he pronounces it exactly, tell me Robert, with his channel IntelliVision Dude, and Cinema Massacre, particularly the Angry Video Game Nerd, has a video covering Dracula in video games, and goes over this one at least as part of that. It's a new subscription for me, and I know a lot of people know of the Angry Video Game Nerd and enjoy that, so I figured, why not add him to my preferred YouTubers so I can occasionally give you guys a recommendation and a link. Anyway, they all have nice videos featuring this game as well. That's 6 of them, I think, so should be pretty nice to go through. No Wikipedia article or anything this time. It's one of those which doesn't have one. Anyway, if you guys enjoy my channel's content, please like, share, and subscribe. And please don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comment section below. This has been another game in the Retro-tober October Special Series, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyway, you guys take care, have a nice morning, and I will see you again in my next video.